Welcome in, boys. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Two seconds, boys. Yes, Toby, brother. What's going on, man? Oh, yeah. No VR stream today, boys. We're just chilling, nice little early one and that. You know the deal? The dilly dilly? That'd be good, mate. Okay. Right, let's I just want to double check here because when I streamed yesterday on that was close. When I streamed yesterday on YT, didn't come through properly, so I'm gonna double check here, make sure that we're all good here. Yeah, we're sweet. Sweet. How's everyone been anyway? Is everyone good? Thursday already is a madness. It's a madness. I swear this week has gone so quick. It's actually been kind of quiet as well. Right. Gold. First stop. Also, we do have some high impact news this afternoon, USD. Obviously, we've got a little while till then. We're like 3 hours from that. So, this is our current range. We're bearish right now. Nah. Okay, so yesterday we was talking about the order flow indicator that you can see on our screens and the way that it can be used. Now, this is a prime example here, right? Have a look at this. So, you see how we've got this high, we got this high as well, and then obviously we've got this little high here, right? All three of these are taken out by this move. Notice how the candle at the pinnacle of this has the darkest color and the deepest color out of pretty much every single candle in this whole movement. And the reason why I'm highlighting this is because if you use any kind of liquid sweep entry model, that is essentially what this is designed for. It's designed to highlight the inflow of orders. It uses delta, it uses order book data, and then it also uses the average volume of orders over an X amount of time. So it's going to highlight to you the points where the orders are coming in thick and fast, right? So if you're seeing those thick and fast orders coming in after a sweep, for example, the probability of that reversal becomes higher. Now again, like always, it has to be used in conjunction with your current market understanding. It's not something you can just jump in and trade every single candle that appears, because there's going to be volume in points that don't have that much relevance. But this is the beautiful thing about this system itself. Every single point that we have within our charts is designed to be used in conjunction with other entry models. They're not, they're not going to dictate to you, or you have to do this, for example. It's going to be a lot more open-ended for you to interpret and use in a way that you want to use. Right, let me just adjust this 1 second. Don't want content, I want background. I'm just trying to find a place for chat to go. Oh yeah, Sniper-FX. Guess what? See ya. Welcome in, YouTube crew. Oh no, I said it again. Oops. Sorry, bro. Hope you're well. Yeah, the only reason I said oops is because apparently, TikTok shadow bans you if you say other platforms. I don't know how true that is, to be honest, but little bit of D&B on a Thursday morning. Get you in the vibe, you know that. Right, let me double check something quickly. Staring at the stars again. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, we love that. Right, let's get that out the door. Get it out the door. Get it out the door, sharpish. There you go. Welcome in, everyone. Good stuff, man. I'm glad you're well. Don't forget that code I sent you is still active, by the way, so don't forget about it if you were thinking about it. Right, 1 second. Why is TikTok the most awkward platform to use? It's like everything's so small and pokey. Made for small hands, I swear. Why can't I find that? There we go. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Okay, cool. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Make yourself at home. Just don't put your feet on the frickin' sofa, would you? Just don't put your feet on the sofa, mate. Jesus. Okay, so this morning on gold, there was an entry given right here which never triggered in, unfortunately. But it did give a pretty solid entry. Also, 2 valid money outs prior to the entry being given. Volume to back up the shift lower. Just no pullback to the area that we wanted to sell from, which, you know, is one of those things. I used it already, got 2 indicators. Yes, yeah, you did, yeah. No, sorry, I was replying to someone in TikTok chat as well. But yeah, obviously you got one too, so. Very good. I'm glad you're enjoying them, mate. I'm very glad you're enjoying them. We'll have to jump on a little call at some point, so we can get a little testimonial from you, if that's good, or if you could. Also, if you could jump over to the Trustpilot if you haven't already. Pip Surfing Society Trustpilot. Drop us a little review there. I'd appreciate that a million. Appreciate you, boys. Okay, so Euro is the latest, not the latest, but the pair that we're looking at right now. Just the last pair for us to update. Yeah, sorry, mate. It's hard to decipher who I'm talking to, innit, when there's 2 chats. Yeah, so I apologise for that. Okay, what I'm doing here, I'm just checking the lows here. These are all equal, so we're not going to be using that. That's going to be your low, which is absurd. No, we'll just leave that as it is. Okay. We just hit the target from the move that we were trying to short earlier. We had... Actually, hang on. Let's see. Okay, so we ran the... Where was the high? We ran the high, that became your low. We ran the low, that was your high to your low movement. That was the point we went higher, that was the high. That leads us back to this low and that high. This is where we are right now. So we're in a bullish movement currently. So there is a chance that we could break down further, but I believe we could chop around a little bit. But again, as I've said this before, you know, my belief in what I think price might do, and then what we actually do in terms of anticipating a movement, 2 very different things. I'm not gonna, how would I say? I'm not gonna predict something to happen, because we're not predictive traders, we're confirmation based traders. So in other words, it doesn't matter what we predict, it's just a case of what is price doing. Is it leading into the idea that we want to trade? If the answer to that is no, then we don't trade it. We're not trading off of the assumption that something may happen. We're trading off of the knowledge that something is already happening. So we're looking now for continuation based movements for every single pair. Now at the minute, gold, I spoke to you guys about this earlier, gold has ran the low. We've seen an incredibly high volume movement. Again, you can see the candles on my charts, right? When a clear point of validity is hit and we see this high influx of order flow highlighted by the color, the depth of the color, pair that up with the money in, money out, and you actually have an insanely probable area, which is here, for example. Now, of course, this is counter our bias, so it's not necessarily ideal for us, but using it as relevance and example obviously is completely fine. One of the main things is we don't want to just jump into every single position that the market's showing to us, because not every position is for us. We want to make sure that we're following a core principle and belief system that is backed in data, not in the want to trade. Oh, the countdown is on, by the way, guys. The countdown is on. I'll show you right now. The countdown is on. Don't miss out. Don't miss out on it. It's literally a 30-day test drive. Make the most of it while it's there. It was 6 days on that. So we had an entry this morning, which ended up going break even. When we came down here, and we hit this 50%, was when we went break even. Then price come back up, messed around, and went higher. Now, for everyone that wasn't aware, we did actually have high impact ECB news. So when I saw that, I was more inclined to close it. I didn't close it. I went break even. It came out at 0, so it's no different to closing it. The only difference was we still gave it the opportunity to run. Same thing still applies. I keep drawing. We're still looking for price action to continue lower. You can see we're bearish already in this range. Go down to the 5-minute. The 5-minute is currently bullish. So we are waiting for a shift lower. This would be the point that we'd use as reference for that. You know, I've realized with the TikTok app, the streaming app, is that it constantly monitors what you're doing and gives you, like, for example, it just said to me, "You've not been able to see chat for the last 5 minutes." I'm like, I definitely can see chat. I don't know why it pokes its little digital nose in. You know what I mean? You just do your job, put me off to new people, and that's it. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay, we got a... Okay, this is the point that we're using as relevance here. So, for the 15-minute time frame, if we shift above this high, that's going to validate potential continuations. Notice. Oh, actually, 1 second, TikTok. You boys are going to need some... Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Right. 1 second, boys. 1 second, boys. Have to add another source, don't I? Okay, yes, cool. Sorry, what? Oh no. I haven't heard this song in years. Probably for good reason, right? Okay, look. This is our bias indicator. Also completely free. Not for 30 days, just completely free. Oh my god, I keep moving this one. Alright, so you will see this bias indicator change depending on what pair we're on. No extra work needed, it just changes based off of what you can see on the chart and the data that it collects. The other pair that you, not the other pair, but the other thing you can't see is this one as well, which we will do in a second. I'm going to add another source, all the source. Okay, this is the other one that you can't see. This one. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. We'll make this one a little bit smaller. Cool. I don't know. Is that too small for you boys? Nah, that's all right, right? That looks all right. Yeah. So there are two other tools you can see as well. So we're using these to confirm probability of a directional movement. We're not using them to tell us what the directional movement's going to be. We're using them to confirm potential directional movements. Thanks for the likes, guys, as well. By the way, we're at 8.7k. I appreciate that. What we can do, so we're just waiting for a close above. Let's power up. Let's power up the TTS and the alerts. 1 second here. YT crew, if you're not already subscribers, you know the dilly. If you're not already a follower here on TikTok, make sure you hit that follow button. We're trying to get to 5k. Honestly, the last stint of 5k has been the hardest part. Getting to where we are now, which is like 4.9, has been so easy. Getting to actually 5k has been ridiculously hard, and I don't know why. So we need your help to get us there. No. Oh, that's actually a beat. It's actually a beat. We might do it on YouTube as well, actually. Might be useful. Oh, what? It is that? Oh, okay. Why is it not loading? Strange. Okay, we'll have to do another one of them then. Okay, bear with me, boys. What one's that? Okay, this is the one I want. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. That's what we do. We'll make that bigger, and then we'll do the same thing as well. Okay. Perfect. So we're just going to make this more accessible for everyone so everyone can see it easier. There you go. Bosh. Just chop that in a little bit. Beautiful. Love that. Cool, right. Just going to put an alert here. Greater than. No, that's a complete lie. I don't know why that's. I don't know why it's saying that. There we go. So further downside coming from gold here. Still waiting for a close below this low, so we will set an alert on this. Okay, so following the break even at news down here, we're looking for price action to shift back into that bearish narrative if it wants to. You can see that we've got on the COT data at the base of the screen, you can see we've got 71% institutional short position, which means probability is you're going to see progressive selling of the British pound, and then we've got a 54% long from Institute on the USD. So probability is that we will continue to see further downside for this pair. We're just waiting for it to validate that. We have a daily bias which is down. We also have COT data which is telling us that we're likely to travel lower. So even with that, we've got double bias confluence. Double bias confluence. The COT data is telling us what we want to see. The indicator for the daily bias is telling us what we want to see. All we need to do now is just validate that within price action. Remember, the relevance of these tools is not to tell you what to do. It's to give relevance to what price is showing you. So if we have that bearish narrative in place, you're not going to go and sell into a bullish moving market. You're just going to wait for it to shift into that narrative, right? It's a pretty simple concept, but a lot of people seem to struggle with it. Which is, you know, it's one of those things. Overlays. Welcome in, everyone, by the way. It's from TikTok, right? Okay, I don't know why this decides to shift. Very frustrating, but I suppose that'll be fine, won't it? Do it all the time. That shift back? Yeah. It doesn't even have. What? Okay, so notice here how the COT data on this is like we're equal on both. We've got Euro 52.6, then we've got USD 54.7. So collectively, they're both telling us the same thing. Their probability basis is that we are going to see further downside here. The reason I say this is because there's no clear direction from the COT data, so what we're going to go with is the daily bias. Down defensive. This one here, I went to it. Safe to say, early morning streams might not be the one. Just remember, there's not really anything for us to do when price is outside of our bias direction. Except for map the points that are relevant for seeing that shift into bias direction. Remember, if you haven't already hit that follow button, make sure you do. When we hit 5k, we're giving away the full indicator suite to one of our subscribers. For example, beautiful buy, beautiful sell. Not so beautiful, but enough of a sell. Another sell. Buy. Buy. Dale. Come on now. Come on now. If you're a scalper, this is your paradise. Hmm. Over here. The lower time frame entries. That's on the 15-minute, yeah. Look at you were at home when I'm Alakazam, I made man goal. It's gonna give us the right thing here. Actually, yeah. Into Washington. Okay, let me turn this off. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I don't understand why TikTok keeps telling me, oh, so and so just got gifted a galaxy. I'm like, alright, sweet, mate. You know what I mean? Sweet. Thanks for that. You're at home. Only coming out when I'm Alakazam, I make man go. Let's see what this is saying here. This one with the Earth. You don't want to do it? No. Amazon Prime. Morning session? Yo, man. Yeah, a little early one. Little early one and that, you know? Hope you're good, man. I don't think I've ever heard this tune before. Nah, that's the reason why I ain't heard it. Because it's wackaroni and cheese. I remember when this came out, this was a summer slammer, this was. Following accounts. Oh, is that? Yeah. There you go. What? Celebrity? No, someone else. Whatever. The real one? Hey, been up. Yeah. So boys, don't forget the countdown is on. We've only got 6 days left till the 30-day free trial finishes for all of the tools that you can see on my screen currently. There are some other ones in there as well, but make sure you make the most of that. Again, it's literally a free test drive. Tools built to empower strategies, not to cripple them. Yeah, mate. Hey. Anyone been in anything this morning? I'm literally just seeing the same setups appearing every single day. Slow ass setups, mate. Like this. We're still waiting for this to shift bearish. Just waiting for the close here. We can add an alert. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I should probably skip this one. Cuss is Dead is a surefire way to get yourself banned on TikTok. Holy. I remember this. This tune's up. This tune's a straight banger, bro. Let me just adjust this here. Not sure why it does that, but it does. So we'll just have to cater in for it. Sure. Okay, so let's have a little peek at what this is telling us. We've got bearish price action here. We got 5 minute, which is running in a bullish range. That's your low, that's your high. So similar to what we're waiting for on Euro, I think. Okay, I definitely need to sort out the Streamlabs. You wanna chill? Pass me the crown. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is some wild shit right now. Yes, people, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. What are we waiting for? Well, if you look on the screen right now, you can see what our systems are telling us. They're telling us that price action is bearish. Excuse me, and that we're 71% short on the. No, this isn't mini NQ. This is USD. Not USD. Sorry, it's here. I'll show you. This is GJ. This is GJ. So you can see the systems on our screen are telling us that the COT data, so that's the institutional order, is probability based that they are going to be selling British pound relatively heavily. This again lines directly up with the daily bias that we have of bearish. So if we do see a shift that aligns with that data pool, we will then be able to trade it in line with that. Now, of course, if we don't, we're not just going to be selling it through the basis of we've got data that tells us we should be seeing shorts. Now, the reason I say that is because we are looking for confirmation. We're continuation traders. We're confirmation of move traders, not predictive. So we're looking for that price action to align with what our data is telling us. If we come up above the highs, alright, so if we go like this, and we got a low, we'll then use that as the reference point. You planning to sell? We are planning to sell, but we're not planning to sell until price action tells us that it wants to actually sell. Now we've got the data, which you can see at the base of this screen, right? We've got the data that tells us we're likely to see a sell. Now, this data is automated and backed by probability over a long period of time. Now, the only reason we use these tools is to empower the system that we have. And our system currently is telling us that the price data itself is not in a condition that it matches up with the data of probability for selling. So we're waiting for the data in the price chart to reflect what the data of our probability-based systems are telling us, giving us a collective of directional understanding and then allowing us to actually follow a consistent entry model, right? So these are the times where you separate the real traders from the FOMO and emotional traders, because everybody that is trying to just trade for the sake of trading every trader that has an emotion attached to the market is literally going to trade whatever they can find, right? Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. They're going to trade whatever they can find. Now, the reason why it's important to not trade everything you can find is because we're not here to trade. We're here to execute a rule set consistently over a period of time. So that means waiting for price action to align with our probability basis. Now, our probability basis for us is our daily bias, which is based off of momentum and order flow on a larger scale. Remember, if we're using a larger scale to determine order flow and directional basis, it takes a long time for those narratives to shift. So the reason why it works so well as a directional bias probability is because unless you have data shifting directly every single day and the bank's changing their minds on where they want to take the markets over the next couple of weeks, there's no way you're going to see inconsistency there. But you have to wait for price action to display the characteristics that your data pool is telling you. Remember, the daily bias indicator that you can see at the base of the screen on TT and at the top right of the screen on YT, you can go and grab that completely free using the link in my bio or the link below. You can literally go to the indicator section and get it free. It's not a trial, it's not anything. It's literally a free tool that you can go and use. It also has an indicator on it, an alert on it, which is going to allow you to know when the bias changes. It's going to notify you when the bias changes. Break down the trade on a higher time frame. Well, our system's doing the breakdown. So what we've got here, we use the 15-minute to determine the probability of this data pool that's being collected from higher time frames, right? So at the moment, we have, yes, a bearish 15-minute range, but we've got a bullish 5-minute range. So the bearish 15-minute range is this high to this low. Okay, so that's a bearish 15-minute range. And again, you can see it from this point where we came above this high, then we created a low point, we continued down, close below low, it gives you this high, this low, right? So we're looking for price action to follow the narrative across multiple data bases, pretty much. So if we're using the 15-minute to confirm the daily bias probability, so for example, we're saying probability is higher because of the 15-minute basis telling us we're selling. We want to see the alignment of the 5-minute doing the same thing, and then we'll track the 1-minute for that shift into that directional movement, right? So what it allows us to do is it allows us to have multiple data pools pointing in the same direction, whilst the whole time we were always following the bias from higher time frame. So it's a 3 time frame confirmation basis off of a higher time frame data point. This allows us to have all of our directions the same, right? We're not trying to trade higher time frame bias bearish and then go long. You know, it doesn't make any sense. We're waiting for both of them to fall into the same directional movement. Only at that point can we actually execute. That's why there's a lot of live streams where you'll see, yes, there's price action to look at, but it's not necessarily price action that you're going to be trading. There's always going to be that one dude on the 1-minute time frame claiming he's taken every single scalp on earth and every single one's hit TP. You know, they're the kind of people you want to avoid because they're talking out their ass. But if you learn the proper way to analyze the market data, you will actually see consistent entries. Yes, they won't be every single second of the day, but a lot of the time you are going to see more consistent entries over a longer period of time. And again, you don't just have to take my word for it. My students are literally displaying their data so you can see it from them. Okay, right. If you haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do. All the links that you could possibly want are in the bio or in the description below, depending on what platform you're watching on. Welcome into everyone, by the way. Just going to change the tunes. Change the tunes a little bit, you know. Okay, right, let's see. Right, let me just change this tunage. 1 second, the bees. Oh my gosh. Here. This is what we want. Welcome in, everyone. 25k. Big love. Hey, what's going on non-stop? Welcome in, brother. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Just about to start playing some new tunes. Might need to turn that down a little bit, eh? Thanks for the follow. I am waiting for a delivery, so I've got one ear out at the minute. TT crew, can you hear the music all right? Welcome in, everyone. Peak, Nicole, Bobby, Force, Pip, welcome in. Hope everyone is good. Remember, if you've got any questions, make sure that you ask them, because I'm not here just for a jolly up. I'm here to show you the way that a consistent entry model plays out in the market. And yeah, they might not be the most entertaining live streams in the world, but they're not going to be any BS covered rental Lamborghini driving, Rolex flashing, you know what I mean? They're going to be genuine entry models that you can follow yourself. If you actually get your notepad out and take notes on the live stream, I promise you now you'll be able to execute this system within about a month. I go live every single day except for Monday. You can ask any questions you want. I'm here. Make the most of it. I'm not here trying to tell you that I'm not going to answer your questions unless you are in the course or you're in the Discord or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm literally here available for you guys to ask me questions right now. Let me go back to here. Ooh, that's disgusting. That's actually filthy. Okay, we got actually need to turn can you break it down for us? So we are waiting to go higher on the 5 minute, 15 minute. Right, so depending on what pair you're looking at, because obviously you can see the bias on the screen. If the bias is bearish, we'll be waiting to go lower. If the bias is bullish, we're obviously waiting to go higher. So for example, all of these pairs, so you see like GJ, this is bearish, right? So what we're doing, so now is the time to take notes, guys, if you're trying to learn this system just off the live streams, which you literally can. this is what we're looking to do, right? So we've got our higher time frame system in place, which tells us what our bias is. Now this bias in this case is bearish. Again, you can get that indicator completely free. Just use the link in my bio, grab it. It's literally free. There's a button, it takes you straight to TradingView. Get that on your chart, right? That's going to tell you what your bias is. This is a data-backed bias indicator, which we have developed over a long period of time. Now, how do we validate this? Well, if we say our bias is bearish, right? We're looking now down at the 15-minute to validate that range. How do we do this? Well, we track the pivotals to tell us what direction the range is traveling in. If it's bearish, that gives us the green light to go down to the 5-minute, right? We're looking for the same thing to appear. Another bearish movement. If it's not bearish, this is where we stop and we mark the points we need to validate to see that bearishness. Okay, if we do validate it, we go down to the 1-minute, and the 1-minute then supplies a counter bias move into a bias move. This allows us to trade off of a cumulative price action into distribution based price action. We would obviously do the same thing if we were looking to go long. We'd trade from distribution based price action into a cumulative price action, giving us probability basis that we're going to be following a higher time frame trend. So what we're doing is we're using lower time frame confirmations to confirm higher time frame continuations, therefore trading a singular reversal, which is the reversal from a pullback to a trending move. This allows us to actually have confidence in the direction the market's going to travel in. So where we're sitting right now, what's our bias right now? Our bias currently is for price action to come down, right? Now, if you look at what price is doing, we're within a bearish directional movement on the 15, but on the 5, we're bullish and price is going higher. So because we're bearish on the 15 and we're bullish on the 5, we're waiting to validate the 5-minute. When we validate the 5-minute and we see price action shift into the direction we want to, so we see it close below the low, for example, we then have our 15-minute, our 5-minute, and then all we'll do is we'll find the entry on the 1-minute. So then what we have is we have our daily bias data pool, we have our COT data pool, which is here for everyone on YouTube, on TikTok, sorry. We have our COT data pool, we have the daily bias data pool, and everything is pointing in the same direction. Price action data, the indicators, everything. So it gives a lot more confluence to probability when we see that shift on the 1-minute. We know that we are not just trading off of a singular data point, we're trading off of multiple data points collectively telling us the same thing. And that's exactly what we do. We wait for confirmation of multiple time frames to then actually trade in the direction of probability. So hopefully that was a good breakdown for you. Again, you're going to see the same thing every single pair. You're going to see the bias, which is going to change depending on what the pair is. You're going to see the is this on the YouTube? So if you go to link in the bio, Bobby, and you just go to the YT, so go to the YT icon, you will find lots of content on there. There's not a specific one that walks through every single aspect, but the Keep It Simple series, for example, will teach you the core principles of what we do. And then there is other videos as well that have, there's not one singular video that has everything, really, is what I'm trying to say. And the reason for that is because I spent about 3 years teaching my entire system, top to bottom, completely free. And no one really cared, to be honest. No one appreciated it. And the reason I realized was, if you give everyone everything for free to everyone, then it has no value. You know what I mean? If everyone had a Lamborghini, Lamborghinis wouldn't be worth anything. It's exactly the same thing. So there's no video that contains every single element of it. I do gatekeep some information, but I'm happy to answer live stream questions and talk about the system. It's not like I'm like, no, I won't talk about it, you know. But yeah, I mean, like I've said before, you don't have to look at what I show. You can just look at what my students do and what they deliver after they've actually learned the system and tested it on a data backing system. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Guys, don't forget as well, we are offering a 50% affiliate. So if you have any communities that you want to share the stuff that we host here, like the COT data indicator, all of the kind of tools, any confirmed commissions will come to you on a monthly basis at up to a 50% profit split. So you can go and grab yourself your code and link from the site. At the base of the site, you'll see the affiliate link. Click that, get yourself a link, and you're away. There's no limit to how far you could scale it. Just to give you an idea, if you have a 50% commission and we have a £20 a month subscription, for example, if you have 100 people that sign up to that and they're all active at once, that's £1,000 per month, every month. And the countdown is on as well for the 30-day free trial. If you want to go and grab the 30-day free trial, you can. It's available for another 6 days until it won't be a free trial anymore. And the reason for that is because we've done that to introduce our system. And now the system's introduced. The site is live. People are making the most of it. So that accessibility has to go, because 30 days is a crazy amount of time to test an indicator. Welcome in, everyone, by the way. Okay, bear with me right now. What am I doing? I'm trying to do something, but I can't remember what I was doing. Oh, holy smokes. I literally can't even remember what I was doing. Dreadful. Excuse me. We also onboarded our first clipper as well the other day. We onboarded our first clipper. If you're wondering what a clipper is, somebody that uses the content I've created and makes clips from it, short clips, and then they refer people to, for example, their affiliate link or any other links that they may be promoting. I think we've got like, I don't know how many hours of content we have, but we have a lot. Let me see. We have how many hours of content? We have 640 videos. So plenty of content for you guys to go and clip and reuse if you want to. Again, like I said, make sure you head over to the link in the bio and grab yourself the affiliate link, up to 50% commissions on everything, including reoccurring. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're still just waiting for confirmation of these directional movements. As it stands, you can see that we are in a bearish 15 minute, in a bullish 5 minute, and we're waiting for price action to either close above this high or close below the low. This in turn is going to lead us into confirmation potentially of either a new low or a directional movement that we are looking to have, which is bearish. Now the only contradicting data we have is the COT data, which tells us that price action itself is a 52% long to a 46%, 54% long. So that means that Institute is longing both pairs relatively equally. Now, of course, the COT data isn't an immediate when they open the orders kind of data. It's a long-term based data. So there are obviously times where you won't necessarily have that correlation. But a lot of the time, the best moving days are the days where the COT data lines up with the daily bias indicator. For example, here we have a 71% British pound short and then a 54% long. So the chances are we're going to see further downside here. Same thing as before. Bearish range. 5 minute is bullish. Closed above this high, so we're bullish. That's the low, that's your high. We need to mark the high actually. And we're looking for a close above to confirm a new low, or we're looking for a close below to confirm directional bias. It's two very simple actions that we need to see one or the other. And it either happens or it doesn't. You know, it's not a case of, oh, we have to be in a trade right this second. No, it's either it happens or it doesn't. Let's have a look, because I set a couple of... Let's see. Okay. Thank you to whoever just give us a like on TradingView. Bobby, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. I think we've got quite a few followers now on TradingView, to be fair. We go to TradingView here. Here we've got 539 followers. Big love. Now, we used to post every single day. Like, we used to post every single day as to what we were looking at, where we wanted price to go. Does anybody want to take a guess as to why we stopped doing this? Well, the thing is, you won't see any of the scripts, I don't think. You might see the daily bias indicator, but I think that's it. The rest of them are all locked. And that's because TradingView has some wacky house rules. So does anyone want to take a guess as to why we don't post ideas every day anymore? I'll tell you exactly why. From the 3rd. Will it play, you reckon? Because people are taking your ideas for free? No, because that is kind of like the idea. Like, the idea was to share my ideas and to have them, you know, for free. So like here, look at the way, this is a 4-hour chart. Look at the way we had this low area marked and price action literally tagged into it and moved like 8 hours to the upside. It was a beautiful move. People are not looking at them. No, not correct, because we have a lot of people looking at them. The reason why is because TradingView introduced a rule that you can't have any indicators on your chart that aren't publicly available. So it means all of the subscription-based indicators and all the indicators that are reserved for my students, I can't have on my charts, which means I can't have any of my private scripts, even ones I'm testing. So if I've got a test script, for example, this script here, this Orion development, right? This is an in development script. So it's being tested, it's being built. You're not allowed that on your chart, apparently, according to TradingView, if you're going to post any ideas. So a lot of mine are heavily in development or being tested. So it kind of like, it defeated the whole idea of how can I post ideas if I can't even have a test script on my page? Like, it makes no sense. So yeah, that was why we stopped, because they pretty much said you can't show something that isn't available to everyone. I thought, well, you know, it's kind of stupid, to be honest, but, you know, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, so it is what it is. Thanks for the follow, by the way, if I haven't already said thanks for the follow. So B's and G's, don't forget the 30-day free trial is still available on all of the tools that we have on our site. Soon, it won't be 30 days free. So we need to make sure that we do have the opportunity to go and try these things for free. That opportunity is there, so take it. You know what I'm going to do, actually, before anything? I'm going to ping this out to the crew then. Ping this out to the crew. Welcome in, everyone, by the way. Should we do... Where is that? Hopefully that doesn't cut it off. Should we do a breakdown on a pair that we haven't looked at yet? Oh, look at this. Well, would you look at this? We're still bearish on gold here. The 5 minute is also bearish. The 1 minute is the only thing that is bullish right now. Now, if we close below here, we have a probability basis that we will continue lower. I've got a balance bike on the way for my son today. I ordered it from Amazon. And he's only ever ridden like, you know, like a little trike. So it's going to be a very interesting first ride when he realises it only has 2 wheels and he has to balance. You reckon he's going to bust himself, or you reckon he's going to take off like a rocket? I reckon he's going to take off like a rocket, but you never know. I've got faith. I've got faith in the boy. I've got faith in the boy. Right, let me... Price not liking that low, right? So guys, remember, if you haven't already hit that follow button, I do go live every single day of the week except for Monday. We're normally streaming in VR in some crazy environment. Yesterday we were halfway up a lonely mountain. Next live stream, which is tomorrow, we're going to be at another location. Another crazy location. So make sure you tune in for that. Also, guys, if you're on FB, without saying it, without everyone being like, well, without TikTok fucking doing whatever they do. If you're on FB, make sure you go over on FB, look for the same username that I have here on TT, and give us a follow. Appreciate appreciate it. We just hit 50 followers on there. Welcome in, everyone. Gold doesn't want to close below this low. Can't lie, this is a fucking beat. This is a beat. Why gold goes down today? Well, at the moment, it's actually gone higher at the moment. But to be honest, the fundamentals behind it, it's a mixture of different things. Normally, you'd expect gold to be rallying in these kind of times. You know, when the instability comes in terms of war and, you know, all the things that we don't really want to talk about. But in this case, we've seen sustainable down moves. We've seen price action continuing lower. And the reason for this, I personally believe, is because the price of gold and the price of silver has been overinflated for a very long time. So it has to make a corrective move at some point. Now, the reason I say overinflated is because you've had institutes buying up futures contracts, not physical gold, futures contracts at higher prices than physical gold is actually priced at. So the idea of contracts being sold at more than physical price in itself is a recipe for disaster. We're looking for this downside maybe. Thanks for the likes, I appreciate it. Whenever I say thanks for the likes, I always think of that stupid American automatic voice. You know what I mean? Thanks for the likes. Thanks for liking the live stream. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, of course, no problem at all. Of course. Don't forget, guys, link in the bio if you want to go and join the Discord, you can. If you want to grab the tools that we use, 30 days completely free, you can also do that. Lots of free stuff for you guys, including the YT if you want extra educational content. God damn, why did it not tap us in? Holy smokes. Look, I'll literally show you my order. My order is sitting there waiting. Oh, mate, it's so annoying. Look. My order's sitting there waiting. In the exact point that I'm telling you boys from. It hasn't tagged me in, and I'm definitely not going to be trading that if that comes back. Holy smokes, that's annoying. Again, yes, you can be annoyed. That's fine. It's okay to show an emotional attachment to the understanding that your system has. But the one thing we don't do is we don't trade emotionally because something didn't happen. So because a trade didn't tap in. My system tells me that I'm not going to be trading this if it comes back now anyway, because it's gone too far. And the basis for that is if price is willing to expand in the direction we want it to go to and then come all the way back to entry, the move is probably not the correct move that you think it is. So it's all right to be like, oh, fuck's sake, I didn't hit my order. But the difference is allowing that emotion to dictate your actions. Yeah, it's okay to have emotions, just don't allow them to dictate your actions. So many people think you have to be completely robotic to the point where you don't even react or mutter a word against what the market's displaying. It's okay to show frustrations. It's okay. It's no different to race drivers showing frustrations, but they don't go and then ram each other off the racetrack. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. You have to be composed within your emotional state so you can continue to actually act within data, not act within emotional fear. So even if this comes back to this area now, I'm not trading it. And many people will say, well, if you think it's going to go down all the way to this low, why will you not just trade it if it comes back to here? And again, that's because my rule set allows me to know what the answer to the question is. And the answer to the question is, if we've already had a super aggressive expansion prior to price action tapping in, we'll be trading it down to here, then it's not going to be valid for us to continue selling. If you were tagged in, different story, but we weren't tagged in. So we have to allow the order that we had set. Yes, it didn't get tagged, so be it. Let it do its thing. There'll be another entry. This isn't the one for you. Just move on to the next. Just be grateful that you were correct in the direction price was moving in. That in itself is an achievement. Yesterday, I had a message from one of my students saying the market's been having me on today, or the market's been winding. I can't remember exactly what he said. Let me see what he said. I think it's something along the lines of the market's been winding me up today, or it's been having me on today, or something. Let me see. The market's been having me on today. Loads of entries, but keep running without me. Guys, I'll be back in 2. I just got to go and answer the door. Rata. Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back, baby. Can't lie, the sun's out, but it's just not really that warm. Let's get back to our repairs. Have a little peek. Have a little peek. There's a little ganders. Let's have a little look. Oh, so many fails to close above. I don't think we confirmed this, did we? The trade from yesterday. Bosh. That was beauty. What an absolute beauty, mate. Okay, so we closed above the high here. That gave us that low point. We were bearish from there, so we're actually bearish on that. That's good. Then we go back to the 5. We've just shifted bearish here too. Could be another entry on this. Now 1 minute. We have bearish continuation, no bullish shift. So we're waiting for that bullish shift to appear. Okay, I think we skip this tune. This one's a bit full on, mate. I'm thinking we go. This. This is the ultimate. This is the ultimate. Pretty sure, anyway. Yeah, this is the one. See, look at gold now. Look at gold shifting aggressively now. We don't have our trade in here anymore. We don't have it. We'll leave it there anyway, but again, the basis for us now is not the same as it was earlier. Not the same. It's now changed to an invalid setup because the entry had already been given and price never tapped into it. So what we don't want to do is expect price to extend, come back in with a heavy movement and then extend again, because the probability of it is unlikely. We need to see the initial extension meet the point that we're trying to trade it to. That's the actual move that we're trying to capitalize on. Anything after that becomes less probable. And again, it's not basis of, oh, we have to trade what our system's telling us. We have to trade within context of the market. And if price is pushing up aggressively after it's giving us a pretty strong downside move, chances are we're going to continue to see that upside move, right? So with this entry, as I showed you earlier, we had the initial entry. We wanted price to tag us in. It didn't tag us in, missed us by literally a couple points, probably about 30, 40 points. So we're not taking this trade now. We're not in this trade. We were earlier trying to catch the limit. We didn't catch the limit. Price action moved without us. We allow it to continue moving without us until potentially a new entry is given, right? So we just leave it. Probability, like I said, is that we'll continue to see this upside move. Yeah, this is not a trade we're in. We've cancelled this order. Cancelled order. And again, this is purely here because people come and they go, oh, look at that. See, look at what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. When you have a movement and you cancel your order because it didn't tag you in, if price comes back, probability is that it won't continue to sell in your favor. It's more than likely going to go against you. This is why our system has these points in place. That's where we were. That's where we wanted price to tag in. Didn't deliver. So we cancelled the order. And again, just for anyone that maybe is doubting that, for example, doubters are so strong in this industry. So I want to make sure that we've got it here. Look, this is the same chart. You can see there's no order in there. You can see where my stop loss was previously, but there's no order there. So again, we cancelled the order out. Yeah. Take a quick skim through what we want. Notice how nothing's really shifting. Everything's just sort of chopping about. Like Euro, we was looking for this to give us a bearish shift. It hasn't. It's just chopped within the range. GU, we were looking for this to give us a bearish shift. It hasn't. It's just chopped within the range. It hasn't even given us a bullish shift. It hasn't done either. Exactly the same with GJ. We're looking for it to either close above the high or close below the low. Hasn't done either. It's just sitting there. We could potentially confirm an entry on Euro, but at the moment it's just chopping within the range. Same thing. It's sort of the same story across most pairs here. Current move. What's everyone got planned for the weekend? Anyone got anything on for the weekend? Okay, here's a question for you, chat. Here's a question for you, and I want you to all answer this truthfully. Now, there's 5 of you in here right now. I know there's some of you that are skipping in and out. Some of you that have been here since, we started. But this is a question I'm putting to you. Everybody that wants to achieve something in life and everyone that wants to go somewhere in life, they all have the same outcome, right? Being at a different point than you're at now. So I ask you this question. If you were to replay the last week for the rest of your life, would you end up where you want to be? I'll say it again for the people in the back. If you replayed this week over and over again until the end of your life, would you end up where you wanted to be? That's the question. No singing, no. That's it. No. Sit down then. No. Where are you going?
Come on.
Come on, you. Right. Back to it. Nope, you wouldn't. So that tells you exactly what you need to do. You need to change it up so that every single week you are progressing towards your goal. You're progressing towards where you want to be. Whether that means working harder, whether it means changing what you're doing. But a lot of people don't want to hear it. That a lot of the time, if you answer that question truthfully, your answer is often going to be no. And that's because in reality, everyone wants to make it to an end goal, but no one's putting in the work to get to that end goal. If you replay this week of your life, will you reach the goal that you think you want to get to? That's the question. The answer is down to you. Again, I've already showed you guys this. We cancelled the order out on that. Keep it on a low. Remember guys, if you're watching on YT, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching here on TT, make sure you hit that follow button. I'm live for another 10 minutes, and then I'll be disappearing into the abyss. So make sure you have that follow button, otherwise you won't know when I'm live again. Acts like a stroke to the people. So I can see us. I know what you want. That's what you want. So many nights I've been feeling. Gotta do party. Gotta win. YouTube crew, do any of you want to ask any questions? TikTok's so inconsistent in the way it delivers viewers. Like, it really is so inconsistent. Like, 1 minute we got like 20 people, and next minute it's just one. It's crazy. YouTube's pretty consistent though. YouTube, we hold viewers a lot better. So big love to every single one of you. Remember people, the link is in the bio. Yo. Don't mind me. There we go. I was just eating probably the crunchiest crisps on earth. Let's see here. You cancelled the subscription service on your Discord. Please, what is the process now to sign up? I remembered last year you cancelled the subscription service on your Discord. Yeah, so the reason I cancelled it is because it's being replaced with something else. At the moment, it hasn't been replaced yet. You can just be in the Discord for free. You can be in Discord for free, but at the moment we don't have like a VIP or anything like that. We are going to start up a group mentoring program, if you were, which is going to be 2 sessions a week, and it will be hosted in Discord. So that will be coming. It just is taking a long time to get the infrastructure in place. So it will be coming. I'm pretty much running everything on my own. So the Discord I'm running on my own, the YouTube and TikTok, all the content you see is made, from me. I'm also making all the social media posts. It's a lot. So it's one of those things, taking a little while to get it moving. But we will get there, mate, so bear with us. Alright guys, another 5 minutes or so and then we're going to be wrapping things up. Market's pretty stagnant right now, to be honest. We do have high impact news in an hour and 25 minutes, which might be adding to the delay and staggered price movement. But it's still, I don't normally sit on the charts. If I'm not streaming, I'm not on the charts really. I just set alerts. So when there's not really much to talk about, it's kind of hard to keep the momentum of teaching going, We need to have something to talk about rather than just sort of blurting about random things. Yeah, of course, mate. No problem at all. Femi, don't forget to check out the 30-day free trial on the indicators as well. Oh yeah, we haven't looked at this yet, have we? We haven't looked at the. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for a close above here. Holy! Still waiting for a close above here. You'll see our bias, daily bias, is bullish. The USD, Japanese yen. So we've got 54% long bias on USD and then a 62% short bias on Japanese yen, which is good for us because it tells us USD is more likely to gain strength against the overwhelmingly heavy short positions that are on the Japanese yen. So it aligns COT data with daily bias. Is good. Means if we confirm this, we could actually follow up into a potential movement. So we'll see what happens here. Remember, we're not trying to capture this move. We're not jumping in now because it could happen. We wait for confirmation of the move and then we potentially follow through if we see the confirmation given. Nexus, which one are you referring to, mate? We've got a few different indicators. We've got the daily bias indicator. We've got the COT data indicator. We've got the money in, money out, which is these areas, which you can see price reacts off of quite nicely a lot of the time. And then we also have the order flow indicator, which colors the candle charts for us. The candlesticks, sorry, not the candle charts. I mean, even here, like, look at that, it's ridiculous. tags in and immediately sells down and then bounces straight off of this. Money out to money in. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. Also, Nexus, if you just go to the link in the bio, mate, you'll be able to find all of the indicators in the indicator section. The one that shows the strength, that is the COT data indicator. So if you go to the link in my bio, and you can go and grab the COT data indicator. Oh, is there a free trial on the COT data indicator? 1 second, I'm not sure if there is. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the institutional COT data indicator, so you can go and check that out. Let me just double check and see if there is, because I can't remember if there is or not. Yeah, there is, yeah. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Core data, COT, C-O-T. C-O-T, COT. You'll see it. It does have a month free, so you can go and try it for a month if you want. Or it's only $38.99 to buy it for life, so it's completely up to you how you decide to. But yeah, link in the bio, you'll find it, mate. Okay, right. I need to have a look at what's going on here. Yes, of course, Femi, no problem at all. Everyone in the YT crew, make sure you check out the 30-day free trial on every single tool that you see on the screen right now. Make the most of it. It's there to empower your system, not change the way you trade. Right. I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up. We've been live for 2 hours. You guys know exactly where you need to go to find all the tools, to find all the educational content, all of the good stuff. You know where to go. Right, it's been an absolute pleasure. Peace and love to every single one of you. Remember to hit that follow button if you haven't already so you know when I'm live next. And I'll see you all in the next one.